Another episode of Talking Sport with DomiG. Today is a little different as we'll be discussing the topic of social media within sports clubs and players. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the results over the weekend.
In the National Rugby League, the Roosters just beat the Cowboys 31-30 and the Bulldogs came back and won in Golden Point 18-17 over the Sea Eagles. In the Australian Football League, the Swans beat the Kangaroos 136-65 and the Hawks beat Power 97-94. Now let's move over to New York for the Major League Baseball, where the Yankees lost the Blue Jays 6-3 and the Dodgers lost the Cubs 8-7. In the National Football League in Seattle, Seahawks won against the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl replay 26-20 and the Ravens beat Cleveland Browns 23-21. Now over to England for the Premier League scores. Newcastle drew with Hull City 2-2 and West Ham beat Liverpool 3-1.
And for all our latest news and stories, updates and videos, check out our website at www.talkingsportwithdomig.com. So today's special guest is a massive Brisbane Broncos fan. For our international viewers, the Brisbane Broncos are a National Rugby League team based in Queensland. He joins us now live up at Red Hill as the Broncos are completing their recovery session after being knocked out of the finals. Anthony, are you there?
Hi DomiG, yes I'm here. By the way, I'm a huge fan of your show.
Thanks for joining us. So I hear you're a big Broncos fan. How long have you been supporting them for?
Honestly, my whole life. My dad used to take me to the games as I was a kid. I've just grown up watching them.
What is it about the Broncos that makes you continue to follow and support them?
I think they're just a well-respected club. Lots of current and ex-players play for State of Origin in Australia. They have won 6 premierships, which I was lucky enough to be at one. And they are just a club that really appreciate their fans and give love back to the community.
So you obviously like to keep up to date with the latest news. What kinds of media do you use to connect with them?
Yeah, definitely. So I'll use social media on my phone, so I follow them on their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll download their app on my phone, which is basically their website, but for your phone. And when I'm at my computer, I'll definitely go on their website and check it out. Each week on Tuesdays, they post little ins and outs of the team lineup, so I can check that out.
So if the Broncos were listening, which I'm sure they are, is there anything you'd like to see them improve on so you can have a better connection with the team?
Instead of always posting articles maybe, get the players to interview each other. Give us fans the chance to see the players have fun and not talk footy all the time. A kind of get to know the players type segment. Or even get one player a week to answer questions online that fans want to know. That would be good interaction with us.
So do you think it's a good idea that teams and athletes use social media?
Hey, yeah, I think it's a good thing for teams and athletes. We're able to see the players in a different light away from the sports field. I just think they need to completely understand that anything they post, even if it's deleted, will be seen. And fans in society are able to share photos and videos on their social media of teams and players, whether it's good or bad.
And our last question from our Twitter follower at TinaT421. She says, I'm a massive Broncos fan too. Which players share the most on social media so I can follow them?
Hi Tina, I think they're all pretty good. But I like Alex Glenn and Sam Friday, as they tend to post and share more personal stuff about their life away from the footy, and they like to post funny photos of their teammates.
Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully the Broncos have a better season next year. On behalf of the DomiG show, we'd like to give you 2 tickets to the grand final. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much DomiG show, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Go Broncos!
I'm sure you'll have fun. Enjoy. Now, as we're talking about social media, I thought, what better person to bring in to talk about social media and sport than my dad, Robbie G. You know a lot about sport.
I know a lot about sport, but not much about social media.
Alright, well before we get into that, check this out.
Hate it or love it, social media has become an integral part of sport. Most athletes now have an online presence on websites such as Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Some have learnt the hard way that the social media spotlight can be invasive and even unforgiving at times.
I just really owe it to everyone to apologise for what's happened.
Obviously, I'm extremely remorseful of the comments that I made, and next time I've got to be a bit more professional with the choice of words that I use.
But some athletes are using it at great effect and are realising that their digital bodies can be nearly as valuable as their physical ones. But the digital media is changing all of that, and the ambush and abuse can now follow the players wherever they go. Through the window of social media, fans are now more intimate with their favourite players and clubs than ever before. Fans, followers, likes and comments, it all used to be contained at the sporting stadiums, and the only tagging athletes used to get was in defence.
You've got to be careful of that social media. Now, according to the statistics portal, soccer player Cristiano Ronaldo has the highest number of social media followers out of all athletes, followed by Lionel Messi. So how do you keep up to date with all your sports news?
I'm fairly old-fashioned. I love watching the game on TV, reading about it in the newspaper, listening to the game on the radio. That's enough information for me to absorb all week.
Okay, so would you ever, change your ways and maybe get on board with social media?
No, I'm not really interested in what Michael Phelps had for breakfast or the type of gel Ronaldo puts in his hair. I'm more interested in the performance of the players on the field rather than off the field. I'm more interested in the game itself and how it's progressing. And of course, if I want to keep up with all the news, I'll watch your show, Dom.
I like it. Alright, well that's all we have time for. Thanks for coming in, Dad. And stay tuned for next week because we have a big show. I'm talking the Michael Jordan will be here in studio, sitting in this chair. He's got big shoes to fill.
Pretty big shoes.
Alright, well we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend and hopefully your team wins. Bye for now.